Okay, so how does the NFT boom fit in with existing trends? So the first point that I wanted to highlight is the fact that the massive NFT boom is very much in keeping with other periods in the development of the cryptocurrency and blockchain space. So here I think ICO craze of 2017, 2018, and think the DeFi mania that started really last year and has actually continued on into this year as well. Now, for example, for the ICO, I have some charts here. This is by CB Insights, and it shows really what happened in Q2 and Q3 of 2017, where we had the ICO funding actually just completely overtaking equity funding in the blockchain space. So we had $757 million in the second quarter of 2017. I mean, that's up, 20x from the first quarter of that year. And even that then doubled in the third quarter of 2017. So a huge, huge increase. Now, what we're seeing in the NFT space is something quite similar. So this is the monthly sales volume on the OpenSea, which is one of the most popular NFT trading platforms. This is in US dollars, and we see a massive increase in the first quarter of this year. So new highs in January over previous months last year, but then just an explosion, 10, 20, 30-fold up. So again, the boom and bust cycles in the crypto asset space are very, very much alive. Obviously, this is slightly different, and it seems to me that every time these boom cycles happen, they are always turbocharged more and more. So the crash in the secondary market of the NFTs will probably be quicker than anything that we've seen before. But again, they're very much consistent with other phases of the development that we've seen so far in this space. Now, the second point I wanted to mention is the fact that the NFTs have rejuvenated a stagnating global art market and provided an avenue for investment amid a global contraction. This essentially references the fact that the global art market, particularly on the high-end side, has really stagnated in the last few years, and the NFTs, as we've seen by the crazy valuations that have been coming out of that marketplace in the last few weeks, have really just reignited the art space in general and the high-end market in particular. Now, for the high net worth individuals in particular, the art space has been a small but very important aspect of their portfolios. They've often used that to sort of diversify their portfolios along with the more traditional holdings of stocks, bonds, and gold, etc. So this is provided a new avenue for them to shore up their portfolios that have all taken a hit due to the economic circumstances that were present before COVID and that have been exacerbated also by COVID. So very interesting to see how what role this market is now going to play. Given the fact that the NFTs have now come online and reignited the fire, as it were, in the marketplace. So the third and final point I wanted to make about NFTs and how it fits in with existing trends is the potential IP concerns around double tokenization and how that underscores blockchain interoperability issues. Now, there are really two aspects to this, and the first really relates back to what I was saying around the lack of clarity concerning the NFT holders' rights to an original work. So if the NFT holder doesn't have any rights to the original work, then there's really nothing stopping an artist in tokenizing their artwork on multiple blockchains. And here that could be done to really hedge one blockchain against another. So if you think that Ethereum is going to be the dominant force in the future, of course you would go ahead and tokenize on the Ethereum blockchain. But if you think there was a chance that Ethereum could fail, then you would hedge against that failure and also tokenize on another blockchain. So the question remains that how would buyers protect themselves against such an eventuality, and how would they even know for sure that they're buying the first tokenized version of an artwork or not another artwork that was tokenized on another blockchain? Now, the second issue here is that there's also a potential problem around artists tokenizing the same artwork multiple times on the same blockchain. So here, it's important to note that while NFTs are supposed to be unique in every way, just changing a tiny aspect of, say, a digital artwork, even if it's a shade or a pixel, then that will change its corresponding metadata, the associated metadata, and of course that will have a knock-on effect in that it will change the hash, so the hashing will be different. So there, if we're talking about a different hash, of course we're talking about a fundamentally different NFT. And even if it's next to identical to what could be the original work, then that of course devalues the work itself and undermines the entire process. So there in a nutshell are three really important points that this industry still has to overcome, and they're very much in line with some of the trends that we see both within the crypto blockchain space and outside of it as well.